everyone. Welcome to tonight's Big Brother 25 chat.
Oh, hi. If we outlast this ring light battery, it'll be a miracle.
We'll see.
All right. Well, it's a special eviction episode. Julie worked on a Sunday.
She did.
For real.
Yes.
And we're going from the final 4 down to the final 3.
Because it's episode 40, baby. Longest season ever.
Uh-huh. And Bo and Jane is guaranteed a slot in the final 3. So we're only talking about 2 slots here. So let's get this on the road. We just went on like a 4-mile hike today. But
it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
A lot.
You had a little nap before this episode, so you should be fresh as daisy.
I'm fresh, but my leg doesn't work.
Oh, no.
My sciatica is kicking in a little bit.
This is our last late Sunday episode, though, which is like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
All right, well, last time, Evan, Bowie, Jane won HOH.
Okay, the fact that they used Felicia saying F and Bowie Jane in the diary room,
that's
iconic.
Pretty telling.
Iconic.
Pretty telling. She's going to put up Felicia and not Jag, because even though that Matt wasn't nominated all season, she doesn't want to mess with her relationship with Jag.
Right. I mean, we know these nominations mean nothing. No thing. Right? It's all about the POV this week. However, she does not want to put Jag in any danger at all whatsoever. So she does not want to put him on the block.
Right.
But she also doesn't want to anger Matt. So she was like agonizing over this decision.
She came up with this lame...
No, this was Jag's idea.
Jag came up with this lame plan.
There's a reason he got the little snake sound effect on tonight's episode. Yeah.
He came up with a... Why don't you say
to Matt
that you're going to pick a number, you're going to tell us to pick a number between 1 and 100, and you lie and say that the number that I picked was closer.
Yeah, so then Matt will be the one going up on the block. So they had already pre-planned that the number would be 70.
Right.
Can you believe Matt picked 77?
Oh my God.
But Jag said 73, so, I mean, Bowie could have just fudged the number anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she was like, all right, Matt, sorry, you're going up on the block. But
and Matt was just like, oh, damn.
He was already volunteering to go up anyway, but Bowie did not want to be held responsible for putting him up on the block. So that's pretty cringe on Jag's part to make up that scheme.
Gotta do the noms.
Right. I mean, there was a lot to squeeze into this episode. I mean, again, there was no time to show how crappy Jag, Matt, and Bowie have been.
Felicia?
Yes, just no time to show it. What are you going to do?
I don't want to think about it anymore anyway. That was just so horrible.
It was horrible to watch.
Felicia.
And Cirie before. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway... Nominations, as planned, Bowie puts Matt and Felicia up on the block.
Effing Bowie Jane.
Yeah, she says, there's no one else to put up.
Okay, so now it's time for the jury house. We get a 5-minute segment in the jury house.
I'll take it. Everybody except for Cameron.
I wonder who's going to be coming into the jury
Seemed like everybody except for Cameron was hoping for Matt or Jag to walk in. Cameron's all like, I love you, Jag. I'm rooting for you, baby.
Of course, Blue says, I don't want to see Cirie.
Yeah. I mean,
Who walks in?
People were not expecting to see Cirie.
Cirie walks in. I'm surprised she wasn't wearing her robe and slippers.
I'm sure it wasn't long until she changed into that. And you know what? Good for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Why shouldn't she?
Exactly. So
Corey seemed a little perplexed that Cirie was the one walking in because he was like, why would you target Cirie at this point?
She can't win anything.
Yeah, she's not a threat to win competitions. And they were really surprised when they heard that Maddie Ice was the HOH winner who sent Cirie out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
So Cirie blames Jag for her being there, but I blame Cirie. She definitely could have won that competition.
I do think that she made a critical error going for Felicia during that comp at that one point instead of sticking with Jag. I think that was a big mistake, and it really could have changed things. But yeah, she is correct in thinking that Jag was the one who convinced Matt to take out Cirie last week.
I saw a part of an interview that said that Cirie was flabbergasted at...
oh, really?
At Mustard Seed.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Oh, for what? Throwing her under the bus?
Yeah.
I mean, she did that a lot. It was kind of messed up, right? Ugh. But, yeah, Cirie was kind of like
shading
Jag's
Jag?
competition wins, and I can't
she
really
wants Matt
blame
to
her.
win.
Right, but she was saying,
She's
like...
throwing out the...
Yeah.
Well, Matt to win. So, I'm going to start planting the seeds that Jag has not been the greatest.
It is a little bit ridiculous that Matt seems to get away with so much more than Jag when Matt has been just as bad, if not worse.
Yes.
But everyone's like, oh,
But
Matt's
he's
a
a
sweet
Fields.
angel, baby
He's a
boy.
Fields.
Yeah.
And he's got Riley on the hook. And everybody loves Riley. She should get her own sitcom.
Not Heisem.
No.
Well, anyway, I still think that Heisem likes Riley as a person, of course, but, anyway. Cirie brings up, Jag has won a lot of competitions, but she said he was competing against 2 senior citizens.
And an airhead.
An airhead, and an idiot. So,
who's the idiot? Bowie Jane?
Probably Bowie.
Effing Bowie Jane?
Yeah. I think she was referring to Matt as the airhead.
Yeah, I think so, too. A lovable airhead. All right, so, hey, vote for America's favorite house guys.
Who y'all with? Who you voting for?
Felicia.
I'd like to see Felicia or Cirie win America's Favorite House Guest.
All right, so.
I also would be okay with America winning.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
But mostly Felicia.
Yes. Felicia number 1.
Right. Cirie number 2.
Yeah.
And then America third place.
Okay.
Means nothing.
Oh!
All right, so Julie is in the house with a celebrity.
Well, outside of the Big Brother house.
Well, it's kind of in
the studio.
It's Taylor Hale.
Yay!
Last year's winner and America's
favorite house guest. Yes.
Oh, queen.
I'm so excited to see Taylor back. Yay.
She looked lovely.
Yes, and Julie was asking how her life has changed since she won.
She said, Julie, I'm doing stuff with Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, love
She's
to see it.
A career in entertainment reporting.
Congratulations to her. That's awesome. But when she said that she hasn't been home in her apartment for more than like 2.5 weeks at a time,
that made me cringe.
I feel so exhausted just hearing that.
And
give this girl a break.
Her and Joseph are broken up. They're just friends, but they're best friends.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're still friendly.
Taylor said, oh, what a long-ass season.
Yeah, right? Julie was like, hey, it's 100 days. How do you think that affects this season? Because she had won on, like, day 82.
Right.
So it's quite a bit longer. And Taylor pointed out something interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first half of the game was really dominated by...
the
social game, right? Cirie was basically running things. And then...
Then her time ran out because she couldn't do the comps.
Yeah,
she couldn't win any comps.
Cirie lost a lot of her key allies.
Yeah.
So then the competition winners started to take over, and there was less social game, less strategy, and more just like, I'm gonna win these competitions.
Just more beast mode winning.
Yeah, so I think she made a pretty good point. So Julie was asking her, what do you think the best move of the season was?
Getting rid of Riley.
I mean, honestly, it was a huge move because they are still worshiping Riley in that house. Matt obviously is obsessed, but even like Jag, Blue was obsessed with her. Like, people were always like, oh my god, I hope Riley comes back. It was like day 80 and people were like, I hope Riley comes back.
What do you think the chances are outside of the house for Riley and Matt?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Who knows?
All right, and what was the worst move?
Taylor said it was taking out Heisem. And I do think that was a huge game-changing move because things could have been a lot different if Heisem was still in the house.
I think it was getting rid of Corey.
I think that was also a huge mistake for the opposition to Jag and Matt, right?
Right.
But I do think that Heisem being in the house really would have changed things up. And I'm honestly really curious how things would have played out if he stayed that week. Would have been a lot different.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Final Four.
Okay. Julie was asking, like, give me something, for each house guest left of, like, what argument they could make for winning.
Start with effing Bowie Jane. All right. She had 3 comp wins. She never touched the block, but she's a woman, and Taylor seems to think that the story would be different if Bowie Jane was a man.
I mean, look at Matt. He gets so much more credit.
I think you could say that about any woman playing this game.
Yeah, right. But look at Matt. He has a similar resume to Bowie's, like, competition-wise and stuff, and, like...
Don't raise that penis at me.
I know! House of Villains! We love it! But yeah, Matt gets way more credit when... Has he done that much more? I mean, I think he's been involved in, like, the planning of a lot more moves, for sure, but, like, competition-wise, they have similar resumes.
Jag has won a couple things. All right, a lot of things, but...
Jag has won a shit ton of things.
She wants to see what...
Oh. We didn't make it with the light.
No. All right, so Jag has won a ton of things, but that's so yellow. She wants to see what his argument is because his jury management has been a big, steaming pile of poop.
It has been pretty bad. I mean, turning on allies, blindsiding them, treating them like crap, you know? He's made a lot of social mistakes, for sure.
Yes. Faux pas, if you will.
Julia was asking about Felicia.
Mustard seed, that's all you need to know. Julie
I
likes that.
Honestly, I think Felicia would have had a shot to win, depending on, like, how bitter the jury was, right?
Absolutely.
You never know.
And Matt, he didn't burn as many bridges as Jag, so he's probably got a better shot than Jag with the jury.
I mean, he was involved in a lot of the moves that Jag was. I think that Jag was a lot more of a driving force than Matt was, but
Jag's got a lot of enemies in jury.
True. And it was interesting that Julie was like, oh, well, you don't think that, like, Jag has any enemies in the jury, right? And Taylor was like, wait a second, what?
Julie, have you been watching?
Excuse me, what?
Julie, have you been watching? Next segment.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time for the veto comp.
Okay.
Everybody's locked up in their own room.
Yes, this was done in that, like, off-campus area with the multiple rooms.
At first, I thought it was going to be like a Star Trek thing, because they had like those freaking Star Trek ringer tees on.
They did, yeah.
But no, the Scrambleverse is at it again.
Whoa.
Everything's messed up.
So this was a day's competition, which is traditional Final Four veto for sure.
But it wasn't as physical. I feel like
which I applaud.
Had they toned it down, because in the past, this competition, the Final Four veto, has always been super physical.
Well, or at least had a physical component with, like, the punching the thing and, you know, like, stuff like that. But I do like that I like this competition a lot. I think it was...
I think so, too.
I think it was good that it wasn't so physically slanted.
Right. So you had to restore the timeline because it got effed. Effing Bowie Jane.
Yeah. So they had a bunch of different photo tiles, and you had to put the tiles in chronological order and put the right day underneath each event.
Usually, it's just questions about the days based on the competitions.
Yeah, competitions or, like, evictions.
But they threw in some special events, like Corey
wearing the pink outfit.
Right, dressing in America's outfit.
And Red's birthday. Right. Transmissions from different universes. Like, all different things. Which I thought was excellent because it's going to keep people on their toes. Everyone's so used to studying the competitions and everything. Yeah. But there's so much more going on. So I thought that was a good move on production's part. So I'm going to give you some applause for that. Even though a lot of the competitions this season were like, ugh. But this, we liked.
Yes. So obviously, everybody wants to win. They have to first put the picks in order and then get the days of the day numbers of what was going on in the pick. Okay, so...
I don't think this was even close, honestly. It seemed to me, from what they were saying on the live feeds, that this was like Jag all the way.
Jag was sorting the tiles in his arms before he was even putting them up on the thing. He would take one and
holding a deck of cards,
file it away. So he rang in, but he had a couple wrong,
and he fixed them, and then he won. So I believe with that win, Jag breaks the single season veto record.
Oh wow.
With 7 wins. I mean, it is a huge accomplishment. But, like, what Cerise said, did he have that much strong competition to go up against? Yeah.
Derek.
Yeah, kind of reminiscent of season 16. Not competitions-wise, but just, like, competition-wise.
Yeah.
Like, competitors.
All right, so Felicia goes right to work on Jag.
Yeah, because they knew that this
We don't
eviction
have a
was
lot
going to
of
be
time.
happening tonight.
We don't have a lot of time.
She knew she didn't have a lot of time here.
She said, what are you going to do, Jag? Lose to Matt?
I mean, is she wrong, though?
No.
There's a good chance if Jag and Matt are in that final two, Jag's going to be walking away with second place.
I mean, she does have a valid argument, and I think he knows it, but he's also afraid of being the person who does the heinous act of being disloyal.
I mean, that would be a huge, huge betrayal. Not just because they're so close, but also because Matt kept Jag in the game.
Matt saved
single-handedly
Jag.
Used his secret power to keep Jag.
If he hadn't used that, the
things would be a lot
trajectory, the rumors
Yeah.
would be, do you want to go there, Jag?
Do you want to go there with the husband?
No.
Yeah, things would have been a lot different.
Oh.
So it would be a huge betrayal. And I have to say, because we didn't get to see much of it in this episode, but Jag was talking about this with Bowie for hours.
All right, well, hurry up, because Julie's got to get back for Sunday dinner.
I know. He was talking about this for hours in the last 24 hours, going over it. And it seemed like, for a while, he was actually going to vote out Matt and keep Felicia. And he was, like, laying out all of his reasons. And it seemed like he had so many reasons to vote out Matt.
He was so ready to do it.
Yes, but the one con of voting out Matt would be like, oh, I would be being disloyal. So
You would be the devil.
yeah,
Julie
so
doesn't like the devil.
all right, it was time for
Mother doesn't like it.
She does not. It was time for Julie to check in with the two nominees.
All right, Matt gets up there. Shout out to my family in and out of the house. And
It was very clear from these speeches that Felicia knew that she was going to be leaving,
and the outfit that she chose to put on.
which was beautiful.
Beautiful.
I loved that look on her.
All right, so Felicia says, "Hi, family. I played with truth, trust, and farth. Oh, faith.
It looks like you wrote
I
fart.
didn't dot the I.
I have to say, Felicia really, she left with a lot of class because
did.
I would not have been able to say all those things that she said, talking about how, what a wonderful game everyone played and how
Yeah.
the pleasure was all hers. After the way that she's been treated the last, week and a half, I would have been like, F y'all, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So Jag stood up and evicted Felicia.
Mm-hmm. And of course, he had nice things
And he
to
said
say.
it was because he admires her. Hugs! Fake hugs, everyone.
All right.
We couldn't see if there were thumbs. He was pointed a different direction, but I'm
Well,
sure there were.
I'm sure. So then it was time for Julie's interview
Oh
with
my
Felicia.
God, this was great.
Felicia is a star. She's wonderful.
She is a star.
Yes. I can see immediately why she was cast on this show.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's been delivering all season, and this interview was just like,
the jewel in the crown.
yes.
Matt and Jag had a thing, Julie. Did they make the right decision?
No.
They did not.
Felicia was basically like, Jag may have just made a huge mistake.
$750,000. Well,
$700,000
Yeah.
mistake, right?
Actually, we don't know how much the prize is.
Oh,
for
actually,
second
I
place
think they
now.
bumped it up to 75. I think.
So you
But I may have just made that up.
a $625,000.
$675,000 mistake. I think they bumped it up, but I don't remember for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So she made a good point, and this is probably true. Each one of them has to cut the other one
In order to get that
in
win.
order to get the win.
She had been telling them both that the last few days.
She totally discounted the Bowie Jane effect 100%.
She's not voting for Bowie Jane in the final two.
I don't think anybody is.
Yeah, I don't
Not
say
because
that
she's
one.
not worthy, just because I
Well-
feel like nobody really respected Bowie Jane's gameplay.
Is she worthy? I just have a problem with how she played the first half of the game, which was not playing it.
I mean, that is a valid strategy.
It is, but it's just not something you want to reward. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not something I would want to reward unless I was really bitter, which I might be.
I mean, I'm not above being a bitter jurist.
I also just feel like all of her wins, she did not have agency in those decisions.
Like,
she was
you mean
following
the first
orders.
one was
with
by
Cameron.
accident, and
Well, I don't mean actually winning it.
Oh.
I just mean what she did with it. Like, yeah, she
Right.
made a huge move and she took out Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was
was
because
she
everybody
being
else
manipulated to
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't her moves.
It was a Bowie Jane.
She was like,
Banana
tell me what to do. Yeah. So anyway,
Felicia said that she wishes she would have done so much differently, Julie. So much.
she talked a lot. She spilled a lot of things. She was,
She's a great interview. She's got it. She's got the
charisma
it
for
factor.
days. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, she's great. I hope she goes on to a lot.
I'd love to see Felicia get her own cooking show.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
But maybe not mix the potato salad with her hands. That's too much for me. But other than that, would love to see her get a cooking show.
Okay, so the goodbye messages. Jag actually attempted some jury management here.
But it was kind of like eye roll worthy, where he was like, oh, I was campaigning for you to stay last week. Yeah, but not because you wanted Felicia to stay. It was because you wanted Sari out.
Yeah.
And I think Felicia saw through that. But it was just like, really? That's what you're going to go with?
And then there was some major Julie butt kissing.
Mm.
You know that Felicia's going to be the first one booked for Julie's podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I hope so. I might
Yes.
even watch that one.
I honestly would too.
Yeah. So Julie congratulates the final 3, even though there's alcohol in there.
Well, I did hear Jag say at the end of the episode, like, oh, they told us not to down all the champagne because, like, we're going to be going into the part 1 of the HOH
part
soon.
1, yeah.
Which should be happening tonight, and it
Yeah.
is usually an endurance competition, so
Will Bowie Jane be able to restrain herself from the alcohol?
I don't know, because she's been weird about it lately. But yeah, this
the
endurance
finale is 4 days away.
Yeah, this endurance competition should be pretty lit because there's 3 strong physical competitors going into it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah.
All right, and Julie says, "Look, kids, there's 2 more broadcast shows, not shows.
No, not episodes. No. Okay, Tuesday night, the house guests, the final 3, they will get messages from loved ones.
Oh, get the boxes of tissues ready.
Is Matt going to get a message from Riley?
Yes.
That's too much.
Yes, he will.
That's too much. All right.
She already moved into his house with his mom, and she can't wait for him to come home.
Oh my god.
All right, and it's going to be part 1 of the final HOH. Traditionally, it's usually the throwaway show.
Right, they do a
Lammy's
little
here
walk
for the
down memory
throwaway.
lane.
Oh!
Maybe some never before seen clips.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Eat some takeout food.
You know what I want to see?
What?
Which we didn't get to see on feeds. I still want to see Felicia's lap dance for Corey's birthday.
Maybe we'll see that on the
we need
clip
to
show.
see that. We need to see it.
All right, if you've edited that already, BB producers and
Leave
directors.
a winky face in the comments.
All right, so Thursday night is a 2-hour season finale. The rumors.
Okay, that's whatever. But the big news. Julie was all like, we have a special
Julie,
surprise.
don't ruin our holiday.
She said, we have a holiday surprise that we will be announcing on finale night. There's a new addition to the Big Brother universe or something.
What does that mean?
I'm all for a winter season, great, but like, can we do it after the new year? Because like, I have Christmassy things that I want to do.
Do you think this
Like,
is going
live
to
my
be
life?
like a after
short
Thanksgiving, before Christmas?
It's possible.
season?
It could be like the first 3 weeks of December, that kind of vibe. I think that's totally possible. Honestly,
Can we handle it?
no. I'm hoping it's going to be after the holidays. I need a break mentally.
I would be okay with like a, hey, let's kick off 2024 with some Big Brother.
Yeah.
Julie, we need rest.
I know. I mean, I feel like it's going to be either a celebrity or a legend season. I don't think it's going to be newbies, but you never know.
I don't think it's going to be newbies.
What if it's OTT too?
I would be so happy for that, but not
That'd be
right
sick.
now, Julie.
Please, after the holidays. Obviously, even if it's before the holidays, we're going to cover it. But, like, I hope it's
Yeah.
after the holidays, just for our sanity. We need to recharge. But,
We do. We
Yeah.
need to recharge that ring light.
yeah. It's a metaphor, a symbol, whatever. But yeah, we'll see.
Our cuppeth is empty.
If this
We
season
need more.
starts,
Season's nothing left.
if this season starts before Christmas, it's gonna be truly unhinged coverage.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
Absolutely. We're gonna be sitting here knitting and crocheting while we're doing this. So
yeah. Let us know your thoughts on all this in the comments. Are you excited for the finale? Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Who do you think is gonna win? And what do you think the big surprise is gonna be? Let us know.
Who do you want to win?
No one.
Honestly, I don't really care at this point.
I don't want any of them to win.
I know. Who
It's
do
one of
you
those.
think is going to win?
I think it's either Jag or Matt. It depends who's in that final two. Of course.
I think it's going to be Jag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if Matt makes it into the final two, he wins.
That's, well, I don't know. I don't know if the jury is that bitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a few bitter Bettys for sure, but I don't know if it's enough to
They could be swayed.
vote.
Usually they're all talks. And then when they get on that stage, they're all like, oh, the person that I voted for is,
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, much love.